Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and
Mama Rush.
And we're happy to have a new and exciting guest on here today. But before we get to Dr. C, we're going to mention the fact that we just shot our 110th episode. We first started in April 9th of 2025. We have 12.6 million viewers and listeners in 36 countries and 396 cities around the world. So we are very grateful to have so many different people from different walks of life, which is what helps make this show so special. And we're giving people the opportunity to have their stories heard. Also, you can download this episode. You're welcome to put it on your Facebook out there for your people. And we're excited to have you. Or you can follow us on social media at Brandon Rush. That's BRANDONRUSHH on Instagram. And then our Instagram handle for Buckle Up Podcast is Buckle Up, which is BUCKLEUPPODCAST. So that's Buckle Up Podcast. We are available on Apple, Spotify, and about 19 other stations as well, but you can always contact me about the list. And with that being said, we will ask, as soon as Dr. C gets here, we'll hear all about her and her journey, which I'm going to have her tell it. This is actually my first time meeting her, but what I really appreciate about her is the fact that she was willing to come on without even having met me, but just through talking a little bit and tell us about her story and her journey. I know that she has a book that's going to be published pretty soon, which is exciting. She also is a DJ. She studied medicine in Morocco and France. That she is now in Montreal, Canada, working on her master's in public health. And I think that, and then she's kind of figured out her career path. So I'm excited to hear about her journey and what's in store for her bright future. All righty. Recording. Let's see here. She should pop up any second now.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't much. Hello.
I don't hear you. 1 minute.
Okay. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. See here. I am going to actually I'll leave it going. Why not? Can you hear me now?
Hello. I don't wait. Let me come back.
Okay, you're good.
Brandon, put it on pause then.
Oh yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. She should be popping up any second now.
Okay, dope.
She's back,
Okay.
but it's just you're back.
Yeah.
Oh, here you
now
go.
I hear you. Hi.
Hey, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you guys?
I'm doing really well. It's me and my mom. My mom.
Nice to meet you, Mama
Nice.
Rush.
Yeah. Mama Rush. And by the way, I love your braids and welcome to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe today.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. I need you to do me a favor because it has been killing me. How do you pronounce your name? I was so scared of butchering it.
Okay, so Chaimae, like a chai latte.
Okay.
Chaimae.
Chaimae.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was so worried about messing it up. I just called you Dr. C.
Yeah, Chaimae.
Okay.
Chaimae.
Chaimae.
Like you're shy.
Wait.
Yeah, shy.
Yeah. Like
Chaimae.
you're shy. Chaimae. Like you might be shy.
Exactly. People call me shy, like it's easier.
I'm gonna go with Shy.
Yeah, I love shy too.
Shy.
Oh, perfect. Well, Shy, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's all about you. This is my first time meeting you, so I appreciate you being. What's that?
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you being bold enough to come on, and we know we're not gonna throw any curveballs at you or anything, but I wanted to learn about you, and I told my mom, I was like, hey, I think she'd be pretty cool to have on the show. So it's literally your story. Now, where are you originally from?
Well, I am from Morocco.
Really?
So, yeah, North Africa. I'm 100% Moroccan, although I am mixed. Like my
Okay.
mom is pretty white, my dad is black, so I'm mixed.
Yeah.
But I come from Morocco. I was born and raised there. Then I did my medical studies between Morocco and France.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was 7 years. After I did my 7 years, I took my MD, which is a medical degree.
Yes, ma'am.
I took a year off because, like, I didn't want to stay in Morocco, didn't
Okay.
want to go to France nor Europe. So I was having like a crisis of where should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hearing nice things about Canada. I wanted to go to the States at the beginning, but the States was too big of a change for me, you know, like from Europe to
Yeah.
okay. So I was like, yeah, maybe Canada. I took a year off, traveled a bit,
Okay.
and then came to Canada to pursue like public health.
Okay.
When I began that, I didn't like it. So I was like working in a psychiatric clinic. I
Yeah.
started getting interested in psychiatry. It was fun and stuff. So I'm passing like some exams.
Okay.
The time I will pass all the exams, then I can choose psychiatry. But like at the moment, I'm working in research, just begun working in research. And so far, I like it. So
Okay.
yeah, small
What-
resume of me.
You know, I appreciate your resume. Well, what got you? I mean, because that's a lot you have going on there. But
Yeah.
what got you interested in medicine? What made you decide that from, I guess, would it be considered primary school, make you want to go to?
Yeah, like high school to like university.
Mhm.
Well, it's kind of funny. It was Grey's Anatomy, like the series.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been in that show before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that show. So like when I was in high school, you know, like I wasn't one of the best, but like I was getting good scores and stuff. Like when I finished high school, I got like a good mark and stuff. But like I didn't know what to do. Like my mom was always telling me, you know, like it's your choice. Don't come like after 5 years and tell me, oh, you chose that for me. So do your choice.
Yeah.
Everyone knew what they wanted to do, but like I was lost. So one time I met like my friend who lives in Edmonton right now, Canada too.
Okay.
Like she gave me this series like at the last year of high school. I started watching it and I was like, wow, they're so cool. I want to be like them. Like seriously, and that's how I got into medical school, and here I am.
Okay. Well, that's I mean
after.
That's awesome. So Grey's Anatomy everybody has a journey, but Grey's Anatomy, that's really funny that shows what inspired you.
Like I don't have a doctor in my whole family. My parents are not doctors. My family, like we have no doctor, you know, like it was really, I'm the first one of my family.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, that's great.
And then becoming a doctor is that's not easy. That's what you did was hard.
Yeah. Especially when you don't come from a family that is fully a doctor, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I thought that was great that your mom also kind of told you, like your mom spoke to you, was like, hey, look, choose your own path. I think that's so important because sometimes parents pressure their kids or kids don't know what they want to do, but she didn't want you blaming her. I know that.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you like so lost because like when you're younger, you know, like your mom is the source of like when you're unsure of something, you go to your mom so she could guide you.
Yeah.
But like I always remember that my mom and every big decision I had to take, she was like, I don't know, I just support you and whatever you choose, it's your decision.
Yeah. Well, I like that though. I mean, sometimes you need sometimes for certain people you need that. I think that even with Americans, a lot of times, I think if for us American students or people that are students, I think sometimes if a parent lets that person choose their own path, it can be more healthy. I have a buddy of mine from UCLA med school who I think he went into med school for the wrong reasons. And I think he had pressure from his family and he ended up dropping it. Like
exactly.
After he graduated, he just was he graduated, became a doctor and just stopped. Like I don't know what he's doing now, but he just left that completely.
Yeah, even us, like I remember we started like my first year we started around like 100 students.
Okay.
And like after 7 years only 80 like people graduated. So Yeah, there's many people who fail, many people who drop out, many people who have like mental illnesses.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really a hard path. It's not that easy, but
Absolutely. And I heard you say, even with you mentioned that part about some people having like, people had probably mental breakdowns or kind of
Yeah.
like what you're saying. Is that what kind of got you to think about psychiatry, or what even got you to move towards doing psychiatry?
So psychiatry, I would tell you, it was my second work here in Canada.
Okay.
I started working in a psychiatric clinic, and then so I started like a medical assistant, and then I started like seeing the patients with the psychiatrist, and he just made me fall in love with the specialty, I would say. I was
Okay.
going with him to the hospital, so I was seeing like psychiatric ER and stuff. It was really good. It was really passionate, and especially I got to see the differences between medicine in Europe, Africa, and in America.
Ooh.
It was kind of interesting, but so that's why like I passed the exams.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting now for the results. If I pass them, I might choose psychiatry. But I started working in research too, and
Okay.
like I find that it's interesting. So I'm working like now with an American company with like big, the pharmaceutical like companies and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to see, and like at some point I will have to choose between research and psychiatry, but right now I'm in research.
How are you liking the research part of things?
It's really nice. It's really challenging because like I come with a background of medicine, but
Yeah.
like I find that experience is the key in research, and it's like I'm starting over, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn as fast as
Yeah,
I
as you can.
with the other, since like I don't have a major in research, but like
Mhm.
colleagues do have like masters and MBs in research. But it's really interesting, it's really fun, especially if you are in an interest in like project, like oncology and stuff. And like when you might think that you can be part of the reason why you will cure like a new disease or something that is incurable right now.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I bet. Yeah, you're adding to human society. You're helping the human. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
You're helping mankind.
Thank you. I was torn up there.
Yeah, but in that research part that you're doing, are you working on a particular medicine that will impact mankind in the future, or are you working? Okay. Oh, that sounds great.
And so it's like I'm working in a company, but like we have many projects, and each project can be with a different like pharmaceutical like company. Like let's say, for example, randomly Pfizer, or Johnson and Johnson. So those are the ones that we work with, for example, with other bunch. And then it depends on the project. We have like many projects and many specialties, like in oncology, for example, to cure some sorts of cancer and hematology. Like it's so different, and like there's a lot of projects, and sometimes you can find the cure in 3 years. Sometimes it would take you like 20. You never know. That's what's fun about it. But
are you working with, excuse me, I'm sorry, I wanted to get that last part you were saying. You're breaking up just a little bit, but at any rate, are you working with animals, or are you in phases of humans in your research yet?
We work with the real patients.
Oh, really?
Okay. So
like, yeah, it's clinical trials.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's good hands-on experience.
Yes, and experience is really important here. So yeah, I just begun, so I'm trying to reach and know as much as I can.
Absolutely. And it was Chai. Chai. I had a question for you. I heard you say that you noticed that there was differences in African medicine, or medicine in Africa, France, and then Canada. You said you noticed a difference in all three?
Yeah, of course.
Could you kind of like talk about that a little bit? Is it
Yeah,
possible?
sure. So, for example, I would tell you that I have an insight in three of them since I'm from Morocco. So I know the system, the medical system, how it works in Morocco. I've seen how hospitals works in France and how medicine works in here in Canada too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you it's so different. So between Africa and Europe and America, of course, there's like the differences of the budget, infrastructure. It stays like a third world country. So of course we won't have all the things that you have here and in Europe.
Mhm.
But also like Europe is like medicine in Europe is so different than here. For example, like when I was studying for the exams to pass here, it was like I was studying a whole new medicine.
Oh, wow.
You can find the same diseases, but like what we follow here, the protocols that we follow in America are very different than Europe.
Really?
So yeah, so it's like each country has its own protocols, and at some point, like you get it gets super messy when you try to see like between the three. But yeah, I would say there's a lot of differences, especially here. I feel like medicine is more ethical. Like we care about ethics more than the core of medicine.
Really?
For example, a small example. In Europe, if I have a patient, he would come and I'd be like, oh, so what do you have? I'll start examining him and stuff.
Yeah.
Here in America, I will question him and then I will be, oh, sir, can I please touch you here? I'm going to do this exam. I would do that. If I'm touching another part or another member, I would do the same, So it's like we waste more time and ethics compared to Europe. But I would tell you that it's because of the laws, you have many medical lawsuits and stuff compared to Europe. So that's the reason, like, I can understand. But yeah, there's a lot of differences like this.
Yeah, no, that's powerful and amazing at the same time. And then look at you, Chai. Just the fact that you've worked, the experience that you're getting, having worked in all three of these countries, pretty much. That's got to be. How does your view now with people? I mean, your view's probably still the same with people, but
yeah.
How do you put in all the different? I mean, your mind's probably constantly blown because it's like, hey, if I was in Europe, we'd be doing this. But
exactly,
yeah.
And sometimes I would be answering for something. It is the right answer in Europe and in Morocco, but like here, the protocols are very different. So that's a wrong answer here.
Yeah.
So sometimes it'd be very confusing. But yeah.
Well, tell me about the exam part of it. Now, in Europe, do they recognize, if you take the exams in Europe and your certification there, will it be recognized in Canada? I know the United States has a different protocol there for exams and stuff. So they probably will make you take more studies or more make you take more classes. I'm sorry, more classes here in the United States, even though you may have a degree from Europe. Have you come across that yet, or is that a part that you will ready for?
Yeah. So as that's why, like I was saying, that medicine is so different that there's many differences and stuff. So there is a site worldwide. It's called the WHO site, WHO.
It's World Health Organization.
Yeah, exactly. There is a list of all the universities that are declared internationally. So if your diploma is from one university that is in that site, it is recognized like internationally. So what you have to do is, for example, Canada or the States, it's the same, but you have to pass like 2 exams.
Okay. Wow.
You have your diploma that is recognized internationally, and then you'll have to pass 2 exams. So one practical, where you have like 12 stations, and each station has a patient, which is a doctor, and like the actors are so good. Like they would fake an illness so like really good. You would be saying, "Yo, this is too real." Sometimes. Oh yeah, like 12 stations, and
Mhm.
you have to pass 10. You have to get like 10 stations over 12 to pass.
Mhm.
Then there's the big exam, which is like made in 6 hours, and we have like 400 questions that like this is the latest exams that I passed.
Mhm.
So yeah, so two types of exams, and once you pass that, you will have the right to be in the directory of doctors in Canada.
Oh,
Because
amazing.
as you may know, here in America you have family doctor, but in Europe there's a general doctor.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because family doctor is a specialty here
Yeah.
of 2 years.
Okay.
So, and in Europe, once you finish your 7, 8 years, once you have your MD, you're called a general doctor. So that's the difference between like the two medicines. That's why we need to pass like the two exams in here. And it's the same things in the States, but it's more competitive in the States because, you know, like everyone is going to America, and then depending on the states, for example, Texas, I was doing my research. Texas is so full. Like it's nearly impossible to get into Texas because of the
Really?
taxes. Yeah, because like doctors get paid like very well there compared to other states. So yeah, it's really competitive.
Yeah.
Well, aren't the doctors in Europe, and I'm not sure about the pay scale, but aren't they paid on a certain scale? It's not how well or how many patients you see, because you tell me about that process, about that pay structure versus the United States pay structure when it comes to doctors.
And Shai, you're killing this interview, by the way. I'm blown away.
I am too.
Yeah.
You are. I
Yes.
mean,
You're
I'm going to have
impressive.
to rewind the tape a minute to go back to something else. But anyway, Shai, can you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, of course. I could enlighten you. So yeah, it's very different here. I don't know. I know that like Canada is kind of similar to America. Like for example, here doctors they get paid like by the number of patients they get every year. So the more you see patients, the more you're gonna get paid. Because here, like health is free. So in Canada, like healthcare is free. So like the doctors, it depends on your specialty, and then it will depend on the number of patients that you will have like yearly, each year. But in Europe, healthcare is very different. There is the public health, and then there's the private sector. So you could find, for example, a doctor that is working in the public hospitals but have his own private thing. So that would make him like get paid so more. It's like a business. It's like, yeah, having a business and like working at the hospital. So it really depends. It's very like diverse in Europe. It really depends on you. It really depends on the specialty. For example, like cosmetic surgeons, like they get paid a lot. It really depends on the specialty too. But yeah, that's how they get paid in Europe.
And you mentioned something that medicine is free for patients.
Oh,
And
in Canada.
In Europe.
It depends on where. For example, France, like you have a health card, but like sometimes they would be paying 70% or 60%. It depends on your yearly income. It depends on if you have your family with you or not. So it really depends. But I'm not sure about other countries in Europe. They may be different, yeah.
How about Canada?
Well, Canada here, healthcare is free. But you have to wait 16 hours in the emergency.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
There's nothing perfect in this world.
Yeah, if you got to have it's a positive and negative.
Yeah, you can't. You can't have it all together.
Yeah.
So you're on like a bit, I guess I'm going to ask you this question. You mentioned public health. You're thinking about public health. Am I mistaken on that? And psychiatry. So you're right now at a road, probably a crossroad between public health, psychiatry, and you're like in research. So at this crossroads, when do you think you'll get to the point that you say, okay, I think I'm going to choose this path?
That's the thing. So after my year off, where I kind of decided what I wanted to come, so I chose Canada because like my sister was coming with me too. She just graduated high school, and we were like, you know what? Let's go both to Canada. So we
Uh-huh.
came together, and I started that after my MD that I finished.
Mm-hmm.
I came here and did like a master's in public health.
Okay.
Because like at the beginning I wanted to do a specialty in public health, but when I started like public health I was like this is not good for me. Like yeah, it's good, it's effective, but like I'm just because like there's a lot of types of doctors, and like I'm the type who needs to see patients every day. Like I need the motivation to wake up and be like, oh, patients are waiting for me. Like I'm
Yes.
see the smile on patients when I treat them and stuff. But public health, it's more, like you're always on just like numbers, stats. You're not really with the patients. So
Yeah.
yeah, it can be a bit boring for me. So that's why I was like, that specialty isn't for me. And that's
Mm-hmm.
fell in love with psychiatry.
Okay.
Especially like I was more interested of like drug and addictions, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why I started like writing the book that I told you
Oh
about.
yeah, I wanted you to tell me. Yeah, go into that book
yeah,
too.
yeah.
No, I think it'd be a good segue too into that book as well.
Yeah, but like right now it's really between research that because like now I'm working as a full time, but it's like I can get leveled up with experience, but like I'm working, I'm already getting paid and stuff. But like psychiatry, it's still like 5 years of studies. So after I pass like those 2 exams that I talked to you about, I would have to do like 5 more years and then be a psychiatrist and then begin like practicing as a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
That's
Wow. You gotta.
well, you're still young
Honestly,
enough to.
you're able to knock these degrees out. You make it look easy.
Yeah, well, like, with age, I can't learn as fast as I was like 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like with age, like yeah, it becomes like all to assimilate like quickly stuff.
Yeah. Well, I commend you. Shoot, man. Yeah, you're impressive. Very impressive.
One thing I wanted to ask you about psychiatry, that whole area. Do you see more, or in the experience you've had, and you will get more experience, do you see more men or more women that really seek out the health care in that area of the mind?
Well, it really depends. So there is the psychiatric emergencies. And the psychiatric emergencies you see I would tell you, mostly women or older men.
Really?
And older men. Okay.
Yeah, older men. So because like women, that women, they do like hysteria crisis more than men, especially women between 20 and 40 years old. So we see those a lot. But like if we're talking about like the consultations, I would say even like, yeah, we have all ages, like men, women. I would say we have more women that are depressed lately that seek help. I'm not talking about like the statistics that like women are more depressed than men, but true that women come seek mental help more easily than men. So yeah, we do see like more women than men at the consultation, but yeah, that's it. But it's a bit even. You can't really tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was that. I tell you, I thank you so much for telling me that. I always think and I always look at race as well when you're mixed. But I look at race as far as who sees the psychiatrist, who has the resources here in the United States. I always think about who will go see a psychiatrist first, and if they're able to pay for that, and to try to get the help that they need. And sometimes if they get the help they need, then it can prevent so many other things from happening in that person's life. So I was thinking about with race, where have you seen that help could be needed or would be needed, but not sought after? Can you talk on that?
Yeah.
Shai, I wanted to say one thing I found interesting about what you're saying, even that it just happens to be women or more from the ages of 20 to 40. It's in recent, I don't know how many Americans you come across, but in America, our generation of men, I would say, for the longest time, it wasn't up until Michael Phelps was one of the first people, the athlete Michael Phelps was one of the first people to publicly say out loud, hey, like he suffers with mental health. And then that was right when the pandemic happened, was the first time for men that we actually had someone out there saying, hey, like, look, us men, us guys, especially American guys, it could be everywhere, but I know specifically America, a lot of our generations or family members were raised by hard people. My dad died of pancreatic cancer, unfortunately, but he was one of the first person I saw or who would actually show his emotions. But a lot of times his generation and the generation ahead of them we're always raised to be tough. Like you got to be a tough guy in all this.
Man isn't supposed to cry. A man is to be strong. Yeah, that's the thing.
Which is complete BS. Like it's complete BS. I think it's a cowardly way too, but it's part of them saying you being a man. I'm not afraid to cry these days because I've been through a lot, but that is engraved in us so much. And so I think the numbers would probably be high. I don't know. I guess the point I was trying to say is this. This is how men are in America. I can vouch for that. I don't know if you see that in Canada.
Black men especially.
Yeah, especially, yes, she's right. My mom's right. I don't know if it's like that in Canada, how they are with their emotions, or in Africa, or if it's all the same. But I just know in America, it just recently became that we can finally say, hey, there's stuff bothering us that we're going through that we have to constantly keep bottled up.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you that it's worse in Africa because, in Africa, I'm going to talk about my country, Morocco, like attached to the culture, to like the man is the head of the family, the man is the strongest, like he can't cry, we should always lean on him and stuff. So I would tell you that like the mental positivity in Morocco is less than America. If you think that American men aren't open to seek like psychiatric help, so like African men are really worse.
Oh, like, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
Yes, just lately, yes, I would say that the youngsters, like the people of my generation, to become more open, talking about mental illnesses, about depression, about like how important like mental health is. Of course, it should be as important as physical health.
Yeah.
So I would tell you that the years coming, it would be like a lot of, we would have a lot of change because like people are becoming more open-minded about it. And so I would tell you from my generation to the after, like it's gonna be good. And like depression is gonna be like a few years, like talk like a flu or cold or something. But
I'm glad to see that psychiatry and the progression, especially the progression with medicines in that area, and to know that you're seeing both sides of it I love that. The thing is, I feel with Black men in America, a lot of Black men who've had psychiatric issues really end up in prison in this country when they could have had the opportunity or known or not had that feel that it looked weak to get that mental health. So I'm glad the Gen Z, your generation, you're changing the outlook or the trajectory of different races as far as getting the help they really need. And that's a very powerful thing that needs to happen. All right. So
your book. What inspired you to write your book, or tell me all about it.
Yeah, we're gonna hear about the book now.
So it was because of the psychiatrist that I told you about. He's a really big psychiatrist in the area of Montreal. He was like he's my idol mentor. He was the one who fell in love with psychiatry. And it was because of him. I remember the first week I started working, he was like, oh, I see you as like a psychiatrist. And at the time, I wasn't interested about psychiatry at all.
Yeah.
because like psychiatry back home in Morocco is terrible. Like it's
Oh, wow.
really terrible. There is like, even if you have the slightest like mental issue, like people will just call you crazy. Like people do not know anything beside the word crazy. Yeah. I hope that will change.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was one of the reasons. Then so the time I started getting interested by drugs and addiction, I started writing like chapters and like trying to search each. For example, I would tell you depression. It was kind of a mix between I was telling the story of my life
Okay.
and psychiatry, how I felt with psychiatry, how like talking about mental illnesses. I was talking how hard it was for me to change careers, to come from Morocco to here and start from zero and stuff. But yeah, like my book will be out next month, hopefully. I'm just waiting for
Great.
publisher and stuff.
Okay. Good.
That
Well,
is
first off,
so great.
congratulations on doing that.
Thank you so much.
Brandon told me something else you do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are a DJ. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us
Just
Yeah, let's hear
about
about that.
how that happened.
And what's your DJ name too?
Just a side hobby, a hobby that I discovered this year, like 2025. I was like, I passed all studying. Like, I should enjoy life more.
Yes.
Try new things since I didn't have the chance to try things in my 20 when I was like in the beginning of my 20s. So yeah, I started like DJing. I had like a friend who was a DJ. He like let me try his equipment. Like one time I liked it. I bought a small table, then started learning. And just this summer I started like having gigs. So I'm performing and events and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, wait, what's your DJ name? I'm sorry.
Red Monkey.
Red Monkey.
I got it right.
Funny, and it was my Discord.
Who
like,
gave you that name, Red Monkey?
Yeah, where did that come from?
It's my game tag.
Oh, you play games?
Yeah.
I'm a big gamer too. I'm Sparrow.
Really? Yeah, I was streaming on Twitch and everything. I'm more like the FPS gamer. I was playing CSGO, you know, Valorant, the old games a bit. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was a geek too.
Yeah, I'm a big gamer, but with your DJing, what kind of music do you have a genre that you like, or you just kind of mix it all up?
Well, different formats. I will tell you like what I like to play is more like Afrobeats, piano, like dance hall, baile funk, like Brazilian funk, hip hop. It's really Afro house, French rap. You know, it's really diverse and depends. Especially like in Montreal, I feel like Montreal is really diverse because like there is the mix of English and French.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Haitians here.
Okay.
So the island culture is very popular in Montreal too. So it makes it like very diverse. And
nice. And it's Red Monkey, right?
Yeah, Red Monkey.
I love that.
But I do too.
Yeah.
It's too cute. But what I wanted to say, this gives you an outlet from all that study and seeing all these patients and the research that you're doing. This really gives you a break to have a free time of, and I want to know how in the world, with everything you're doing, you're able, probably now that you're doing research, you are able to fit in more your DJ work. Is that correct? That's a great thing, and I'm glad you have that outlet. That's wonderful for you to have that
too.
Outlet.
Thank you. Yeah, like I have some of my
are
work.
these them?
Yeah, it's
Bart
mine.
Simpson in the back.
She does what?
She paints.
Oh, you paint.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a painting? You have a painting on the wall?
I mean, those are my paintings, but like it's just water painting. I just began this year too. Like I started like just doing whatever and discovering if I have any skills. And I found myself not too bad in some things.
You did. What medium do you use? Do you use watercolors?
Yeah, water painting, just normal water painting. You know, like
okay.
The water painting that I found in the market, that's what I use.
Oh,
Guy,
wow.
since you said you played video games, you were like the princess of side quest. Like all the stuff you're doing are some incredible side quests that are getting your character to level up.
So
Mhm.
I try to tell myself, like, I'm always trying to find new hobbies.
Yeah. Well, dang, I
Yeah.
something tells me that I like the fact, one thing I'm just talking with you and getting to
Uh-huh.
know from you, when you set your mind to something, it seems like you go after your goals. Like you put your little goals out
Mhm.
there and then you go after it, which I think is super important and very
Yeah,
impressive
try
because
to.
I commend you. Where do you think you get that drive to? You have. I love people that like. This is my first time really traveling, but let me say it like this: I love people that leave the home that they're from and go other places because a
Yeah.
lot of people stay in the nest where they never grow. They never get bigger outside that nest. But when you've seen the world like you have, I feel like that makes you not maybe necessarily a better person, but it makes you more cultured.
Yeah, of course, more open mind, especially traveling. Like traveling is, I would tell you, like my biggest hobby. And especially solo traveling. Like I've did 28 countries now alone.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, yes.
Mm.
That's why I took the year off.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like after I got the MD, I was like, I'm just gonna travel. So
Uh-huh.
I did like 16 countries in a year,
Holy
just like
smokes.
my backpack and me doing a tour in Europe. And then yeah, just kept that as a hobby when I came here. So was always trying to find time to travel. But it's true that traveling like really changes you. Like I
Yeah.
remember the
Mhm.
mentality that I had before traveling. And
Mhm.
it's really different. Like traveling just makes you more open-minded, more understanding of other people, of
Yeah.
Mhm.
cultures, of the differences, not making you a judgy person.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I feel like traveling is really important on that point. But yeah, so many good things about traveling. I could go on and on.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
great. Well, I want to ask you one thing about
Yeah,
Morocco. That what's the name of that market where you have all those spices and everything? Tell us
it's a
about that.
souk.
What is it
What?
called?
It's a souk.
Asuka?
Souk. Yeah.
Souk.
Souk, yes. It's a
Perfect.
And
My mom was wondering. She's like, I got to find out where this market is.
yeah.
tell us a little bit about what goes on, and is it open every day or just weekends, and what's there that people would want to
Small,
come to your country to see, just to go to that marketplace?
yes. You're probably talking about like the small traditional markets in Marrakesh. But yeah, I'll tell you they open from 10 to 4 p.m. They really
Mhm.
work whenever they want. Yeah, they're usually like when they get up from 10, 11 till 4, 5 p.m. And they have, yeah, constant customers.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one in Marrakesh, I believe it is.
Yes, exactly, Marrakesh.
That's the huge one, I believe. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
you're talking about the souk with the red walls and stuff, right?
Yeah, it has everything but the spices, a lot of
Yeah,
spices. Yeah.
yeah. That will be in Marrakesh, and we have a lot of spices. You should visit Morocco. So nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well,
I
one
got
of
to
my
go.
friends went and she brought me back. She said, Karen, what do you want me to bring back?
Uh-huh.
And she knows I love to cook. And so she brought me back some, I guess I can tell you some very fragrant, but some
Yeah,
excellent
I
seasonings for food, and it just
yeah,
changes up everything, and I love
exactly.
those
Okay.
spices there because they're so fresh, and I was
Mm-hmm.
so happy that she brought those back for me to use
Yeah.
in my cooking journey. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Jai,
Let's
I had one more. I had a question for you. What
Yes.
would you? You've done so much. I'm
Mhm.
extremely impressed by you.
Yes, she has.
What would you tell your 18-year-old self now? If you could go back and tell your 18-year-old self, what would you tell that person? Whether it be knowing what you know now and everything.
Mm-hmm. Uh, if I had to tell her one small phrase, I would tell her to go for it. Don't fear failing.
Yeah,
That's what makes you go on, and that's what give you experience and wisdom.
I
But
love
yeah.
that. Well, no, thank you so much. The reason I
But,
asked is we have one of our missions here is I'm trying
mhm.
to give back and help inspire the next generation. You know, kids that don't know what they want to do. A lot of times with even social media stuff, kids get bullied and maybe not even have a path of life and figuring out what they can do. So everyone that has come on, including you today, which is why I'm so glad that they have like a list of things they can learn from you. I wanted them to show someone that was fearless, and you are fearless. It's a person that's gone after your dreams of being able to do these different things. So you were very inspiring. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question.
Well, I'm gonna do a quick round with you of
Yes, ma'am.
question, and I want you to tell me which one. Well, you've already answered the question on public health or psychiatry. So you said psychiatry. Okay. Now, how about I'm gonna give you 3 others, and you tell me which one you would pick: stethoscope or a laptop.
Stethoscope.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Sleep or coffee? If you drink coffee or tea.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so sleep for sure.
Sleep for sure. All right. A beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Oh, beach for sure. Beach.
Oh, great. That's my round of questions I have for you.
Thank you.
Today.
Yeah.
Just break it up a little bit. But thank you so much. And I know the students out there who are thinking and contemplating it, as Brandon has mentioned, and our viewers, they're just trying to hear from people from all over the world. And you have brought such a beautiful flavor to the flavor and done us a great favor, our community of people, a great favor of enlightening them about so much, and how you being so young, you've accomplished so much and continue to accomplish so much, and writing a book and having fun and seeing the world. And so I appreciate you so much, Dr. Chai.
Thank you so much.
And Red Monkey. So I appreciate you so much. And tell me a little bit about your braids. Do you braid your hair yourself?
Oh, no, I wish.
Oh, yeah. How long do you keep them in?
I try to change them like every 2 months. This is the first time I did like fake locks, but I usually just do normal braids.
Oh, that's good. I see a lot of young people getting those braids. A lot of people getting braids now.
Nowadays.
And just how do you keep you wash your hair daily, or do you just wash it?
Not daily, just like weekly or with dry shampoo. It just like braids are just easier, especially in the summer. I have curly hair, so it's a lot of work to maintain it, and like you have 90% like a bad hair day, so better do like the braids and you just wake up ready every day.
Well, and that's so great when you're on the go as you are, and that's just great. Well, we at the Buckle Up podcast, Brandon, have you finished asking?
Well, one last thing, Chai, Dr. Chai, I just want to say this. I always try to listen to my faith about things, and when I saw you, someone told me just ask her. Usually it's my faith. I'll listen to it. I say, hey, just ask her. I think she's going to be interesting on the show. So I appreciate you. When I asked you, you being like, yeah, sure.
That's how I deal with life.
I like your outlook, but that means the world to me. It really does. And so, and as Mom was about to say, I think she's about to say that you've been absolutely wonderful. And the thing that we always do is give everybody a round of applause. But you about to say something else, Mom?
No, that's it. I just want to tell Red Monkey we have really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm going to give every name I can.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on. You're always welcome back on. You've been absolutely lovely. And then you won't be able to see my mom clap, but you'll be able to hear her clap. But I'm going to clap for you too.
Brandon, don't forget to tell her about the picture, to send the picture.
Oh, yes. Dr. Chai, make sure you send me the photo you want because I'm going to have this done in less than 3 hours.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. I do work really quick. So send me the photo you want for it. I said we have 12.6 million viewers and listeners now in 36 countries and 396 cities around the world. So I'm glad they're going to get to know who you are too.
And Brandon, before you leave, Dr. Chai, I want to ask you, do you have any questions you'd like to ask us? Because we always want to have it's a two-way conversation, though we ask questions. We want you to ask us anything you want to.
Yeah, well, really interested about how did you come up as son and a mom to have like your own podcast. I saw like on YouTube some of your episodes and on Apple Music, but I really, because like we do not like, it's not common to have a show by like a mom and her son. So really interested. I would want to know, how did you get this idea? And
Brandon, this is Brandon. This is Brandon's deal. Brandon, tell her.
My mom was thinking about going back to work. To be honest, the story is my mom was thinking about going back to work in her age, and I couldn't have that. And then my nephew, who's 11, came to me and he said, Uncle B, I'm worried about not being able to go to college. So I spent I was like, God, I got to come up, like literally God help me come up with something that I can do to figure this out. So, and spent about 4 days working on it. And I was like, I can't remember, a friend of mine who's a Marine said something about, hey, B, like, it'd be cool to do a podcast. And so I was like, you know what? Let me try and figure this podcast thing out. If I can figure out acting, I can figure out the podcast. And then I asked my mom, would she join me? I love my mom. My mom's the funniest person I know. Yeah. She has a lot of energy. And I asked her if she would do it. And she was kind of like, I was waiting to see when you would ask me. So that's how we came about doing it. And she's just been the biggest blessing with me on this podcast. I love having my mom here.
Well, the thing about it is, and I love working, I love my son first, and I love how he interacts with so many people, and enthusiastic as he always is. He always has all of that enthusiasm. He loves talking to people as I do. And so God made it to be the perfect fit when he asked me to do it. I was going to do something, but I wanted to do something that would be fun. I used to be in what I didn't tell you, I used to be in research and development for a DuPont company in Delaware. I was a toxicologist for them in Delaware. And that's just a side part of that. And then I sold medicines, but then I worked with countries all over the world. I worked with people all over the world for Reynolds Metals that makes your aluminum foil. So I worked with all of those people all over the world, giving them product from Reynolds Metals company. So I've had a diverse background too. But when Brandon said he was going to do this, and I saw how hard and how quickly he picked up on what he wanted to do and how he wanted the show to go and what he wanted the show to be. And since he's been on almost 80 TV shows and been in movies and all, he knew God gave him everything he knew to make this show successful. So I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate my son. And thank you for asking that question, because you're the first one.
Thank you for asking me.
You might have been the first or second one to ask us that question, but I love it now that we have this big following, and we really want them to understand how sometimes God's intervention or what he has decided for your life to be and where he wants you to take it and who he wants you to impact, he changes the whole thing up. So I appreciate what he does, our Father, for us. And then with that, Brandon, you can finish it up if you want.
Dr. Chai, Red Monkey, you've been absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. You're excellent. I'm
outstanding, like, man. Doctor.
And that's really impressive. I for your podcast and lots of success. And thank you so much.
Absolutely. I look forward to meeting you one of these days in person. I'll meet you somewhere eventually.
I would love to come visit Montreal.
I'm going to have to. I know I got the Red Monkey up there.
Okay, perfect. We'll do that.
All righty.
Take care of
yourself. Bye, my dear.
Great life. Have a great life. Continue to have a beautiful life. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And you were exceptional today. Outstanding.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.